Why do I keep doing this to myself? Honestly, why? I am vending 2 events on Saturday because I'm insane. After vending one Friday, and it's a night market Friday, and then a morning market and a night market on Saturday because I'm freaking crazy. And I keep doing this to myself, but either way, this vlog is a big game market. It's their first one in Kingston, which, you know, I'm pretty excited for, but I think it's gonna be small because it is their first one in Kingston, and it's also the same day as Poughkeepsie Pride. But Kingston is like basically where my alma mater was. I went to SUNY Ulster, so like technically it's Stone Ridge, but it's close enough to Kingston and there's a Kingston campus and everything, so it feels like my alma mater town. So I haven't vended there in like, I think like ever, honestly. I don't think I've ever vended in Ulster County. Probably like once or twice, but like when I first started out. Recently I haven't. So I'm excited to be going and maybe seeing some of my friends. I'm hoping some of them come out. Otherwise it's gonna be boring. You know, honestly though, Jessi is vending at this one too, so like worst comes to worst, we just make content, you know? But it's gonna be small. But then after that, I'm meeting up with my mom and my sister who are going to be at Albany Twilight setting up for me so that when I get there, I can just run the booth. And Albany Twilight is one of my bigger markets, and it's like, it's always a whirlwind and it's crazy, and I love it because that's the one that first got me vending up in Albany, because I'd never vended up in Albany previously, and it's very similar to my favorite one, which is Moon Serpent and Bone. So I'm excited to be back this year. I think this is probably going to be the only one I get to do this year because I got accepted for the August date, but I had a conflict because I'm helping Carly vend at Animate, and I'm not going to be able to be at the Albany one, Albany Twilight in August. So I don't think I'm gonna get into any others. I don't think they do September, and I haven't heard anything from October or December yet, but maybe I'll get into October or December since I had to say no to August. I don't know, but right now this looks like it's my only Albany Twilight this year. So I'm hoping that we have a lot of fun. I'm hoping that we sell a lot of shit, but I'm also really nervous because I've prepped a lot, but between Lunar Fair, Albany Twilight, and what little stuff I have for a big game market, I'm worried I'm not gonna have enough stuff. So we'll see. Honestly, selling out would be really nice, except I've got Mooner Fair. Oh my god. I've got Moon Serpent and Bone literally next week. So it's just gonna be chaos, but let's go. I live for the chaos. Hell yeah. Hey y'all, your girl got home at 3 a.m. last night. It's now 9:52. I'm headed to a big game market. I'm running a little late. I wanted to get there with 2 hours to set up. I'm only gonna get there with about an hour to set up, but it is what it is. I'm surprised that I am this awake for how late I got in last night. So we're gonna go set up for a big game market and vend a big game market, and then I'm gonna go to Albany Twilight and meet up with my sister and my mom to vend at Albany Twilight. So I'm soloing a big game market. Let's go. I just got to Big Game Market, parked my car, walking back to Unicorn Bar. I got stuck behind a train that took like 10 minutes, so now I have like 15 minutes to set up rather than the 30 I planned because traffic and then trains. So we're gonna hope that I can get set up. I also realized I forgot all my hooks to display all my candles, so I'm gonna kind of like 180 my display a little bit, but I think we're gonna be good. So manifesting a great big game market today. I finished setting up. I got lemon. It looks amazing. And we'll see how today goes. Weirdest setup I've ever done because it's tiny and I forgot half my displays. But I'm all set up here at a big game market. My first two sellers of the day, and coincidentally, my best sellers, were Dark Seduction and Let That Shit Go, because they were the only things that I sold. I had to buy this cute sticker for my neighbor for Carly that says sponsored by ADHD because it's her vibe. You guys definitely recognize this booth because it's Jessi's. But check out her cool display in the back with her banner and her t-shirts. How clever is that? Like, her display looks cooler every time I see it. And you know what? This event may have been slow, but at least there was a puppy. Puppies are always a silver, or in this case, golden lining. I did a couple trades. I traded for a Mau Mau sticker from Jessi, and then the neighbor across from me, Blue, traded me this flower crown for a couple packs of candles. I don't think I've ever initiated a trade, but I'm always happy to accept them if you have cool shit. All done at a big game market. It took me less than 30 minutes to tear everything down, all packed up into one suitcase so I can take it out at Albany Twilight for extra supplies. But today's market was slow, but it was also the No Kings protest day and also Dutchess County Pride. So I'm pretty sure our community was busy doing other important things. Not that this wasn't important, but you know, like more important things. Really slow, didn't even make back booth, kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I made some great friends, I traded for some cool stuff, and yeah, off to Albany Twilight. I made it to Albany Twilight, and she had the booth set up all wonderfully, and we've been rocking and rolling. So really great. I love this event so much. It's amazing. Alright guys, so excluding the wheel, our best sellers today have been our Artemis necklaces, our Guide the Way tea lights, and our tarot capsules. Someone stopped by, said they came specifically for me and had a shopping list. I'm like, Albany Twilight will not make me cry today. Like, it's trying, but I love it. I love it when that happens. Like, thank you guys so much. So like, weirdly enough, that's the second person who's come today looking for a specific candle that I've had in the back that wasn't on the display, so that's kind of interesting. I'm all done here at Albany Twilight. I'm going to get my car, and I'm gonna go home and sleep really well because I'm so tired. But that was 3 markets in 2 days. Hell yeah, let's freaking go. Thank you guys for watching. So let's talk Albany Twilight and a big game market. I'm gonna start with the good. Albany Twilight, fantastic. Honestly, in the running for becoming my favorite event. Not that, because Moon Serpent and Bone will always be my favorite event, like, and I've got that coming this weekend. So like, but honestly, Albany Twilight, it's up there. It's up there. It's like neck and neck with one another. Because they're just like, the people are amazing and the organizers are amazing. And it's just like, I'm so happy to be a part of these 2 events. But Albany Twilight, people came to my booth with shopping lists. Like, honest to God shopping lists. People came to my booth and asked for candles that I didn't have out on display because I only had a couple left because they were looking for those specific candles. And I had to go to the back and I'm like, well, how many do you want? And they're like, all of them. Like, what? To know that there's people who are buying my stuff, love my stuff, and need to consistently restock my stuff, like, that is a artist and a small business owner's dream, y'all. And Albany Twilight, chef's kiss. Thank you so much for passing the vibe check. honestly, you like surpassed my expectations, and my expectations were already high. So I'm so grateful, and I can't wait to be a part of more of them, and I hope that I get into some more. I'm on not a wait list, but I'm on like a list where like I was guaranteed at least one Albany Twilight market this year, and I've done one. So anything else after this, if I get in, will be a gift. But I'm just really grateful that I was able to do this Albany Twilight market. And yeah, it was so good, guys. Thank you so much. A big gay market, not so good. I only paid $35 for the market space, and I was out $22 at the end of the day. So I did not even make back booth. And that's not including travel, that's not including food, that's not including anything. That's literally just my $35 booth fee. I was negative $22. There were conflicts of interest that day, you know, for a lot of people in the community. It was the No King's Day protest. It was Dutchess County Pride, you know, so there was a lot going on. So I'm not going to hold it against Siren or anything like that, because they put in so much hard work for the big gay market, and they're building an honestly like fantastic community. But like it was very dead. It was a dead market. And yeah, I wouldn't do it again personally. And I'm honestly thinking I'm going to be pulling back from some of the big gay markets and only doing like a couple. Just because even Kingston is an hour and a half for me. It's the halfway point for me for Albany, like, cause Albany is another hour and 15 minutes from Kingston. So it's still pretty far for me to be traveling and not be making money at. But this is the second big gay market in a row for me that hasn't made any money for me, and I think that it's honestly just showing me that I kind of need to be a little bit more specific with like which ones I sign up for. Like, I think I'll do the December market because like it's right around the holiday shopping season, and I feel like more people will be coming out to holiday shop and everything, so it might be more worth it for me with like how far I have to travel. That's not saying that like a big gay market isn't worth it if you're just starting out. It's a great way to learn how to vend and be around like a supportive community and build your community and network and shit. But like for me, traveling 2.5 hours, or in Kingston's case, an hour and a half, well, hour and 15 minutes, depending on traffic on 209, it wasn't worth it for me. And I know that my friend who was also vending there, Jessi, from FantasyCanvasByLuna, only made like $5 more than me and also didn't make back her booth fee. So, and she's coming from around the same area as me. So it wasn't just oh, my stuff isn't doing well, which I say all the time in these things where it's like, sometimes you just do a market where your shit doesn't go with the crowd, and that's okay. You know, you're like, that it happens. But the last couple markets I've done where like they've been really slow and shit, that hasn't been the case. It's been like a failure on the marketing end of things, if that makes sense. So I don't think I'm gonna do more until maybe December. I know I definitely haven't signed up for any more for the summer, but I'm very selective with my summer events. I mostly do night markets because I do sell meltable objects. So we'll see. But yeah, Albany Twilight, fan-freaking-tastic. A big gay market, kind of meh. Shout out to Carly Boots and my mom for setting up Albany Twilight for me and having it ready for me when I got there. And Jessi and Austin for keeping me sane during a big gay market. And I will see you guys in the next one. Here is the graph. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, comment, and follow me on Blue Sky and Instagram. Love y'all.